Hey, it's Vas here from Metro Hobbies, and today we're going to be taking a closer look at the Maverick RC Quantum R. This is a 1/8 scale street basher. It's actually a nice little car, very powerful, capable of running up to 4S with quite good speeds. So let's have a closer look at it. Okay, so when you crack open the box, this is everything you're going to get. You're going to get the car fully assembled and ready to go. You're going to get a bag of goodies. Now this, of course, has the manual in here. You do have some plastic accessories, so if you don't like the blower on the actual car, you can change that out to like an intercooler and some twin turbo setup. There's also an antenna tube in here, which you will need to install in the vehicle itself, and there are no tools or anything like that included with the manual. The radio itself is one that I've featured before with some of the Quantum vehicles, runs on 4 AA's, has an adjustable top speed dial on here as well for both forward and reverse, although when you adjust the reverse, you also adjust the strength of the brakes at the same time. So if you turn reverse down quite a bit, you're not going to have a lot of brakes. Just bear that in mind. But you can turn down top speed, so depending on how heavy you are on the throttle, you can monitor that a little bit. Nice drop down wheel, no collapsible antennas to break off, a very handy little radio. Okay, so moving on to the truck itself, you can see this one here is the red and grey one. There is also a bluish and grey one, and there's an all-out grey one, which is actually the one that I have and been driving around for a little while now. The bodies themselves are actually pretty good. They're nice and blocky, so their sharp corners kind of give them a bit of rigidity, a bit of strength, which is kind of nice. Very well finished. All the roll cage and everything's all bolted onto the body, so it's quite good. The mirrors have actually got little body pins on here, so you can remove the mirrors if you want to quite easily. The car itself is essentially the same as the Quantum Plus off-road vehicle, so the chassis itself is very much the same as that, but of course the front and rear ends have been changed quite a bit. So they've got these, I suppose they're kind of like bigger shocks on the front and rear of the car, and that gives you nice stiff suspension for you to drift around and drive around on the street. Of course, you've got a nice plastic bumper on here with the foam insert for some additional protection, and you've got a really nice diffuser on the back as well, which doubles as a really good carry handle. You can put your hand in there and actually carry the car really easily. The motor itself, it's a big motor. I believe this one is a 3674 2250 kV, and it's paired up to 120 amp ESC, capable of handling up to 4S. This does come with a T-connector or Dean style connector. You can of course put hard case 3S or 4S packs in here with of course a Dean's plug, or you can change it out to whatever connector you prefer to use. The antenna you can see here just kind of sticks out. Usually there's a kind of like just fully extended and flopping around in the chassis. I tend to push them into the receiver box very quickly like so, and then when you're ready to use the car, you can pop that antenna tube that comes in the bag and make sure that that's secure so that the antenna doesn't get any damage. 4-wheel drive, 3 oiled field diffs, which of course are tunable, so you can of course tune the diffs if you like. These actually come with belted tires, which is a really cool feature as well. So these tires aren't going to balloon and carry on like they do with some of the other rubber tires that you see out there. And they're just a really nice, fun car to drive. Now, these are capable of reaching speeds over 70 kilometers an hour on 4S. You're probably going to be looking at around about 50 plus kilometers an hour on a 3-cell. And if you really want to slow it down, you can probably run it on 2-cell as well. If you've got some young kids or something like that you want to lend the car to. But of course, as I said, you do have the speed limiter dial on the radio, so you can also tune the top speed on the car there. Does come with 17mm hexes on the wheels, so any sort of 1/8 scale buggy wheel could fit on here, or on-road 8 scale wheel can fit on here. Of course, the standard, these are a little bit smaller, so the standard wheels tend to be a little bit bigger, so you may need to raise the body a little bit, just so that they don't rub on the body itself. Aside from that, it's a pretty straightforward car, nice little street basher. If you've only got access to an empty car park, or you've got a really long street at the front of your house or something like that, you don't have a lot of access to off-road tracks, this is definitely a good car that will allow you to have some fun out on the street. Okay, so that wraps up this closer look at the Maverick RC Quantum R, a very cool looking truck that you can use out on the street and do some street bashing with. Comes in 3 different colors, as I said, so if you've got some friends or you want to get a couple of them that you can race around, at least you don't get them, don't get them mixed up, which is a really good thing. Be sure to check out the video description. Of course, we'll have links in there to all of the trucks, as well as some suggested batteries and chargers for you to complete the car and get you up and running. But that pretty much concludes this video. Thank you all very much for watching. If you enjoyed it, please be sure to hit that thumbs up button before you go. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you're new, and I'll be speaking to you all next time.